I was watching a show yesterday on dementias, and they were talking about Robin Williams. It's been a year. I can't even believe that. It's been a year since he committed suicide. Pathologists who did his autopsy discovered that there were lesions in his brain, protein deposits in his brain. They call it Lewy body dementia, and that's what they believe that Robin Williams was suffering from when he had his Parkinson's disease. Lewy body dementia is a type of dementia. Doctors will tell you there's 3 different types of dementias. They call it vascular dementia, Alzheimer's dementia, and Lewy body dementia. There's actually a Lewy body dementia association that claims that this supposedly unique disease affects 1.3 million people between the ages of 50 and 85. Doctors also tell you that there's other unique brain diseases. There's Parkinson's disease and Huntington's disease and ALS, and they'll tell you that each of these special and discrete diseases requires a special and discrete treatment, which basically means, of course, special drugs, different drugs for different diseases. And I'm telling you, they are wrong. All diseases are basically the same thing. All diseases are the same kind of biochemical breakdown. All diseases, no matter where they occur in the body, are a sign of sick cells. It doesn't matter where those cells reside. It doesn't matter what part of the body the cells are found in. From a healing perspective, whether you're dealing with Alzheimer's dementias, vascular dementias, brain diseases, nerve diseases, bone diseases, whatever, from a healing perspective, it makes no difference where those cells live. From a healing or reversal perspective, there are no special diseases, no matter what you hear from your specialist. By the way, Robin Williams was, according to his wife, suffering from the early symptoms of Parkinson's disease. Oh, really? Parkinson's disease. So was it Parkinson's disease that he had, or was it Lewy body dementia? Well, it was both, because they're the same thing. All diseases are the same thing. They just occur in different places. The Lewy bodies, which are tangled up masses of proteins, the Lewy bodies that occur in Lewy body dementia, they occur in Alzheimer's dementia too. They call them amyloid plaques in Alzheimer's disease. They occur in Parkinson's disease. They occur in macular degeneration. They occur throughout the body. It doesn't really matter. They're just a manifestation of waste, whether you call them Lewy bodies or drusen or amyloid plaques. They're just a sign that the body is breaking down. According to the World Health Organization, there's 12,800 different ways the body breaks down. 12,800 different diseases. Of course, people, average people, regular folks are going to go crazy trying to figure out how you deal with one of these specific, one out of 12,800 specific illnesses. But if you understand that all disease is generic, all disease involves the same things: a lack of the mighty 90 nutrients, low blood oxygen, also called hypoxia, and toxification, which includes sugar, all of a sudden we have power. We have the power. We become emancipated from the medical model. We become liberated from doctor protocols that do nothing anyway. This is all degenerative disease, you guys. Brain disease, bone disease, heart disease, skin disease, digestive disease. If it's degenerative, it's all the same thing. Lack of nutrition, low levels of oxygen, and large levels or high levels of toxicity, including and especially sugar. There is nothing special about a specific disease. They're not unique. They're generic. They're not unique from a mechanistic and healing perspective. In other words, from the perspective of how disease occurs and from how it is reversed, they occur in the same way no matter where they show up in the body, and they are all prevented and reversed in the same fashion. In the case of dementia, whether it's vascular dementia, Lewy body dementia, Alzheimer's dementia, you've got a classic example of a degenerative breakdown disease that's occurring in the brain cells. Even doctors today will tell you, Alzheimer's disease, oh, that's type 3 diabetes. Well, yeah, because it's a sugar problem, but there's also problems with low levels of oxygen. There's also problems with a lack of nutritional supplements, a lack of nutrition. From Journal of Bodywork and Movement Therapies, study shows dementia patients benefit from holistic exercise program. Why? Because exercise moves the lymph, it moves the blood, it improves detoxification, and it improves oxygenation. Does anybody need a doctor for this? Do you hear me say anything about a medical protocol? No. Here's another one. Surgical Neurology International. Researchers claim modern living contributes to dementia. More people dying with neurological conditions than 20 years ago, especially, particularly among those over the age of 75. Rates in the U.S. appear to be growing faster than in other U.S. countries. Why? Maybe it has something to do with the fact that we're all ingesting 80 pounds of sugar every year. Here's another one. This one is from the Journal of Nature Neuroscience. Poor sleep linked to toxic buildup of Alzheimer's protein and memory loss. Do you see the theme here, you guys? It's all the same thing. How do you take care of dementia? How do you prevent dementia? How do you reverse dementia or any other degenerative disease? You practice slow, deep breathing. Make sure you're oxygenating and blowing off toxicity and carbon dioxide in your exhalation. You make sure you're keeping your sugar intake down to a minimum. And you absolutely 100% make sure you're getting on the Mighty 90 essential nutrients. Get on the Healthy Start Pack and begin to feel better today, no matter what your health challenge is. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552. Toll free. We'll take a break and come back with more good health information on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program right after this.
Do certain foods cause you to bloat or experience gas? Do you wake up in the middle of the night with heartburn? Are you forced to sleep on piles and piles of pillows to cut down on heartburn? Have you been diagnosed with acid reflux or gastroesophageal reflux disease? If any of these describes you, then you've got digestive problems. I was awakened with heartburn almost every night for over 20 years. Then I heard Dr. Wallach and realized all of the antacids I'd been using were actually part of the problem. My stomach acid wasn't too strong. It wasn't strong enough. So I started taking the ultimate enzymes from Youngevity. Now all of the heartburn, belching, and bloating are gone, and I can sleep through the night without piling on the pillows. And I'm back to eating the spicy foods I love. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
In recent years, several studies have discovered the healthy benefits of drinking coffee. Youngevity has now taken it a step further with an entire product line of healthy coffees from Youngevity's JavaFit selection of top-shelf gourmet coffees. All JavaFit coffees are made from 100% premium, hand-selected Arabica coffee beans grown in the finest regions of Latin America. All are carefully roasted, creating a delicious, rich, full-bodied flavor. For an extra boost, try JavaFit's Energy Extreme 62, a proprietary blend of nutrients including Cambogia, green tea extract, an extra shot of caffeine, and niacin, designed to support metabolism and enhance physical performance. Available in single cup or single pot packs. Contact your local Youngevity distributor to get Jovolution coffees. And don't forget to ask about the home-based business opportunity.
Aromatherapy oils have been prized by ancient cultures for thousands of years. Youngevity's ancient legacy, true aromatherapy, is no exception. Essential oils are the fragrant life essence from plants that are gently removed through the process of steam distillation or expression. Youngevity's ancient legacy essential oils are of the purest concentrations from the most respected and ethical distillers worldwide. Many of Ancient Legacy's oils come directly from families in the East, which have been distilling essential oils for over 100 years. These oils have been handled in a fashion designed to protect the integrity of the essence, to allow for effective use in restoring balance to the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual nature of each customer. To learn more about aromatherapy and essential oils, contact your local Youngevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about business opportunities.
Through his research as a veterinarian, Dr. Joel Wallach discovered that most health problems afflicting livestock can be prevented and even reversed. Many of these same health challenges also occur in humans. These too can be prevented and reversed. Doc's original formula, called the pig arthritis formula, alleviated all arthritis symptoms in animals. The same basic formula has been developed for humans, called the Pig Pack, which includes plant-derived minerals, a multiple vitamin complex, glucogel, and EFAs. Add to that Youngevity's OsteoFX Plus, a proprietary blend of liquid calcium, magnesium, and glucosamine. Now you have the Pig Pack Plus to make up the 90 essential nutrients Dr. Wallach has identified as necessary for sustained good health and longevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
What is up, Doug?
I thought we'd talk about sugar today.
All right,
I have a Fox News story here headlined, "The Shocking Truth About Sugars in Your, quote, Health Foods." They say the average American consumes about 126 grams of sugar per day. That's roughly 31 teaspoons, more than twice what the World Health Organization recommends for a daily intake. And they're highlighting a documentary that's been done by an Australian filmmaker, a Damon Gameau. And the film is called That Sugar Film, and it takes a look at the real effects sugar has on our bodies. They say sugar is now found in about 75% of the foods we eat. And in the film, Gameau conducts an experiment with his own body and consumes 40 teaspoons of hidden sugars a day for 60 days. He doesn't get the 40 teaspoons by, eating sodas and cookies and candies and cakes and pies and ice cream. He actually gets it from gets a high-sugar diet consisting of, quote, healthy foods like low-fat yogurts, breakfast bars, and fruit juices. For 2 months, he recorded what was happening to his body on the new sugar regime, and it was alarming, he says, what the results were. He said after the first 12 days, he gained about 5 pounds. After 18 days, he started to develop fatty liver disease. And they say, and this is non-alcoholic fatty liver disease because it didn't exist nearly 35 years ago, and is now found in nearly one out of every 3 Americans, and it sheds light on the way sugar gets into our everyday lives. The film is all about the hidden sugars. One tablespoon of barbecue sauce has 2 teaspoons of sugar in it. Ketchup, 1 teaspoon has there's 1 teaspoon of sugar in a tablespoon of ketchup. They say low-fat mayonnaises, pastas, and are all full of sugar. In addition, people also need to be aware of sweet substances in disguise. They need to look out for health slogans that try to make foods sound like they're healthy. Healthy slogans like packed with essential vitamin D. Also, 100 alternative names like evaporated cane juice or grape mist can confuse the consumer. And they say at the end of the sugar experiment, Gameau said he was pre-diabetic, had heart disease risks, gained 18 pounds and 4 inches of visceral fat around his organs while eating the same amount of calories and following the same exercise schedule. Wow.
Okay, so here's the deal, Doug. We all know about sugar, right? Everybody knows. We've been hearing about it for years. Why is it that with all of this information, we still can't stop eating the sugar?
Because we're craving it.
Yeah, it's an addictive substance. It's like drugs. It's like opium. It's like heroin. It's a drug addiction that is acceptable. It's a drug addiction that's encouraged. We eat 90 pounds, almost 100 pounds of sugar every year. 100. How do you do that? That doesn't include 300. I'm reading this from the Obesity and Bariatric Medicine, Journal Obesity and Bariatric Medicine. The average man, woman, and child consumes 45 kilograms. It's almost 100 pounds of sugar every year. And that doesn't include 300 cans of carbonated soft drinks, 200 sticks of sugar-containing gum, 8 kilograms, which is about 20 pounds of sweets. I don't know what that means. 63 dozen donuts, Douglas. The average man, woman, and child eats 63 dozen donuts.
Somebody's eating 120
because you're not eating any,
I'm
right?
not eating any, yeah. I have to admit, though, I did have a donut a couple of weeks ago because a new bakery opened up here in town that's all gluten-free, and the proprietor brought some gluten-free donuts and things in it.
Was it delicious and yummy?
It was delicious and yummy, and that's the thing that people need to be careful with. If you are gluten intolerant and you're on a gluten-free diet, a lot of the gluten-free products are packed with sugar to make them palatable because otherwise they just taste like you're eating sawdust.
So here's what you do, Doug, if you're addicted to sugar. More protein, especially whey protein, especially an amino acid called glutamine, which is found in whey protein. Glutamine also does something very interesting and very, very important, which is why you want to make sure you're using your Slender FX and make sure you're eating a lot of high-protein foods, especially if you're one of those folks that can't get off the sugar. We'll talk a little bit about glutamine and sugar and ways to get off of it. When we come back from our break, we'll take your phone calls as well. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, 888-379-2552. Toll free. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program on the ZBS Radio Network. We'll be back after this. So, we're talking about sugar, and, we hear about it all the time. We've been hearing about it since I was a kid. We've been hearing about it, got to cut out sugar, or eat less sugar, less sweets, blah, blah, blah. Diabetes is the third leading cause of death. We all know it, but what's the problem? Why can't we wean ourselves off of it? Why can't we stop eating it? Well, it turns out that sugar is an addictive substance. The human body didn't grow up with sugar. We didn't. In the African savanna, as our bodies were developing over the course of 1 million or 2 million years, there wasn't a lot of sugar around. So our chemistry isn't meant to handle sugar. And sugar has one very important quality. It has one standout quality. One thing about sugar stands out, and it's what really makes sugar so problematic. Sugar represents energy. It represents heat. And we talked about this on our last program, Douglas, you and I. Sugar is explosive stuff. If you sprinkle sugar on a fire, the fire will spark up. And every once in a while, there'll be an explosion in a grain silo because the grain flour, which is basically sugar, is very explosive. Sugar explodes. You put a marshmallow in a fire, it goes poof. And in the body, it does the same thing. Sugar is explosive in the body. It explodes proteins in the body. It explodes blood vessels in the body. It explodes lots of things in the body. It's a big-time, major toxin that is associated with every single chronic degenerative disease you can name. Look, I'm not Mr. Health Nut guy, and I'm not Mr. Healthy Diet guy either. I'm just saying that if you have a degenerative disease, if you have Alzheimer's disease, or you got heart disease, you got hypertension, if you've got any kind of autoimmune problem, more than likely there is an aspect or an element of poor sugar control. I call it the triangle of disease, the 3 points of disease, the 3 points where the body breaks down that precede all chronic degenerative disease: the digestive system, the blood sugar system, and oxygen or the stress system of the body. But sugar is a major, major point. So what do you do when you're trying to wean yourself off of sugar? You can't just stop eating sugar. It's addictive. You're going to go crazy unless you're a Zen monk or a martial artist or you got an amazing amount of willpower for some reason. It's too difficult to just stop doing sugar. But what you can do is you can use other substances that will also give you energy, like you get energy from sugar. And protein is one of the most important. As a matter of fact, you'll find that the less protein you eat, the more sugar you want, and vice versa. The more protein you eat, the less likely you are to crave sugar, especially an amino acid or a protein building block called glutamine, Glutamine. Glutamine is found in pretty much all high-protein foods. It's especially found in dairy and eggs. And also, glutamine does something else very important, and I know you guys have talked about this, Douglas. Glutamine is a precursor for glutathione. And glutathione is the body's most important disease-fighting chemical, especially anti-cancer. So when you use glutamine, or when you get glutamine in your Slender FX, or you get it from eggs or from dairy or high-protein foods, not only are you going to find yourself craving less sugar, but you'll also be helping your body fight cancer. You'll also be helping your body fight degenerative diseases. You'll also be helping your body fight immune diseases as well. Glutamine is also important for muscle building, and athletes all know about glutamine, and glutamine is also especially important for brain health. Where do you find glutamine? High-protein foods and in your Slender FX. And folks, that's the importance of a good nutritional supplement program. If you can't get yourself off of sugar, if you're dealing with a chronic degenerative disease, there is a nutritional supplemental strategy that you can use, guarantee, to to make yourself feel better, to reverse whatever you're dealing with. 831-685-1080, 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, 888-379-2552, toll free. I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey. We're coming back with you and your phone calls right after this. Don't go away. We're back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. Pharmacist Ben and Doug Winfrey sitting in for Dr. Wallach. One more thing you could do if you're dealing with sugar problems is make sure you're using your Biolumin Nightly Essence probiotics. There's a very important relationship between good bacteria and the processing of sugar, and likewise there's a relationship between bad bacteria and sugar cravings. And given the fact that most of us have messed up digestive systems, unless we're really focusing on our digestive health, there's a good chance that if you're craving sugar, in addition to having lack of protein, you're not getting enough protein, there's a good chance that you're dealing with dysbiosis, i.e. messed up gut bacteria. Get yourself on the Biolumin Nightly Essence, 3 capsules a day, 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night. That's what I like, 6 capsules a day, but at least 3 capsules a day. You can also use your Fucoid Z, which can provide a little bit of digestive support, and the glucogel caps, which can help strengthen the digestive tract. Ultimate enzymes, apple cider vinegar. There's all kinds of great digestive strategies that can help you wean yourself off of sugar in addition to eating more protein, and especially the amino acid glutamine, which you'll find in the Slender FX whey protein product. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben, 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552. Toll free is our number. Time to hit the phones. Who's first in the line, Doug?
All right, let's head to Houston, Texas. And Christine, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Christine.
Hi, Pharmacist Ben.
What's going on?
I'm 68 years old, and I've recently been diagnosed with congestive heart failure and diabetes. I wasn't showing any symptoms, but it's definitely there. And I'm not taking any medications because what they prescribed, I looked up on the internet, and I was not comfortable with the side effects.
It's pretty scary.
I thought they were going to do more harm than good.
Yeah, very, very likely. They probably want to give you a beta blocker or a calcium channel blocker. If you're especially unfortunate or your doctor is really old school, they'll probably give you digoxin or lanoxin, which kind of shuts down your heart. This is the medical strategy for congestive heart failure. Shut down the heart. Put it to sleep. Dumb it down. Electrocute it. Ablate it. Suppress it. It's the craziest thing ever. And by the way, it's no coincidence that you have CHF, congestive heart failure, and diabetes. They go hand in hand. They work together, which tells you something. And we've been talking about it for the last half hour. Blood sugar, blood sugar, blood sugar, blood sugar. Who controls your blood sugar? You do. Does a drug control your blood sugar? No. Does the doctor control your blood sugar? No. You do, my dear. It's all about the sugar. Now, you're also going to have to start working on your digestive system, especially something called bile plays a role. Bile plays a role in heart disease. Also, probiotics or good bacteria play a role. But you got to get your sugar under control. So we talked about a whole bunch of strategies already. Make sure you're using your glutamine through your Slender FX. You're getting more protein, eating eggs, eating fish. As long as you're not a vegan, eating fish and organ meats. These are great sources of protein, and they'll help you wean yourself off of your sugar. Essential fatty acids, the ultimate EFAs, can also help you handle sugar. And of course, the chromium, vanadium that are found in the sweeties are designed specifically by God, by the divine force, to help you handle sugar. Chromium, in particular, is part of something called the glucose tolerance factor, or the GTF. And the GTF is a complex of molecules that floats around in your blood and helps your body process sugar. The GTF is made up of chromium, and it's also made up of niacin, vitamin B3. So making sure you're getting enough of your B vitamins, especially niacin and thiamine, and that would be in your Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Get yourself on the Healthy Start Pack, number 1. Get yourself on the Biolumin Nightly Essence, number 2. Probably a good idea to throw in some of the Fucoid Z and the Ultimate Enzymes. I would also, if it was me, I would also be using the Ultimate Daily. And don't forget your Ultimate Selenium. There is a majorly important relationship between selenium and cardiovascular health. There's so much you can do especially considering the fact that you know that you got blood sugar problems and you've been diagnosed as a diabetic. There's so much you could do for congestive heart failure without drugs, without doctors, without insurance, from the comfort of your own kitchen and living room. Get yourself on the Longevity Healthy Start Pack and the other supplements we just talked about. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552. Toll free. We'll be back right after this.
Let's stay right there in Texas and head to Elaine. You're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Elaine.
Hello.
Hello.
I have 3 questions. 2 are
3?
easy and one may more. Yes, one. I'll give you the 2 easy ones
Okay.
first. Is air-popped popcorn okay to eat?
Well, corn's, popcorn, first of all, is one of the more toxic forms of corn. Popcorn is one of the more toxic forms of corn. It's got lots of pesticides on it. And I guess if you go organic, it'd be a little different. Yeah, it could go either way. A lot of people have a problem with corn. Don't think that corn is benign. Don't think that popcorn is benign. The best way to tell on all of these things, I don't like blanket rules, ma'am. I don't like to have just say this food is bad, that food is bad. See how you do. There's probably some foods that nobody should be eating. Certainly we could all do to reduce the amount of sugar, for example, that we take in, and processed foods for the most part aren't going to do anybody any good. But as far as just saying popcorn is bad or corn is good, or making a blanket assessment on the value of it, see how you feel. Don't underestimate the potential of popcorn, something as seemingly as benign as popcorn, to cause problems with inflammation, cause problems with joint pain and arthritis, and even corn is a source of sugar, even problems with your blood sugar. So there's no defined answer to that, ma'am. So you're going to have to see how you feel. But if you're going to pick a food to snack on, that's probably one of the safer foods, considering it's only one ingredient. Hope that helps. I didn't mean to be vague on that.
Pop.
Yeah, air pop is definitely going to be the way to go. Absolutely. You never want to heat your oils. Heating oils is a big, big problem. Doc talks about this all the time. It is an issue. So when you're frying, if you're heating your oil and making your popcorn in hot oil, that's not a good thing. Air popped is definitely the way to go. You can put butter on top of the popcorn, though, afterwards. Butter's awesome.
Yes.
And butter's actually a health food. Butter's
question.
got selenium in it. Butter's got iodine in it. Butter's got great fats for your digestive tract. Butter is amazing, and everybody loves butter anyway. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Elaine. What was your next question?
Once we are absorbing our tangy tangerine better, will our urine still be
Yes.
showing in the
Yes.
control?
Yes,
Okay.
that's not
Right.
an absorption issue. An absorption issue is manifested largely by loose stools, cramping, bloating, digestive kinds of problems. That yellow or orangish color that you're observing is riboflavin, vitamin B2, and just because it's coming out in your urine doesn't necessarily mean that you're not getting any benefit from it. I wouldn't worry about that, and that's got nothing to do with the absorption. That's just the color of the vitamin. Absorption issues will show themselves up as digestive problems, and you get around that by going slowly, breaking yourself slowly into the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. And I always like sipping on mine. I never do it all at once. I know it says on the direction to do it all at once. I sip on mine. And that's what I recommend people to do if they have digestive issues. And then what was your next question, ma'am?
Okay.
Was that it?
Okay, my third question is, I can understand why oils and gluten are not good for us today. But then I have to wonder why in the Old Testament did God seem to sanction them? Sort of like in the example with Elijah and the widow of Zarephath, God provided a cruse of oil and a barrel of meal, and that's what they lived on.
That's a little bit too theological for this radio program. I can't explain that except to say that was many thousand. If it happened that way, literally, because the Bible's been written and rewritten and rewritten and rewritten. So if it did indeed happen that way, that was many thousands of years ago. So we're in the year 2015, and we got a lot of sick people. That's really what we're focusing on here. But thanks for your call. Appreciate it. God bless you. Good luck with everything. And let's see if we can get another call in. Doug?
Let's head to Arizona. And Walter, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Walter.
Yeah, hi. What I'm calling about is I have glaucoma.
Okay.
And I would like to, I don't take any of your products right now. I did call the phone number that you guys said, and I talked to Ken Lombardi. He's one of your representatives. But what I would like to know, I just thought I'd check with you and see what your recommendation is. I'd like to get started on a program that would take care of the glaucoma in my eyes.
That's
the
Go ahead.
first thing that I want to do, and then if that worked good, then I would try other things down the line.
It's not a big deal. Let me tell you something. Glaucoma is just a standard state-of-the-art or a standard typical breakdown disease. The cells of the little valves inside the eyes. You got these little valves in the eye that drains fluid. When the cells that compose that little valve become inflamed following starvation, suffocation, intoxication, the valve doesn't function and the fluid doesn't drain. Does that make sense? It's a buildup of fluid inside the eye because of a defective valve. Does that make sense, sir?
Yes, it sure does.
Okay, good. So what you're dealing with is a cell problem. You're dealing with osteoporosis of the valve, or the canal. It's called the canal of Schlemm, is the fancy schmancy name for it. You're dealing with an osteoporosis of that valve, or you're dealing with arthritis of that valve, or you're dealing with Alzheimer's disease of that valve. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's a cellular breakdown. So how do you address it? Well, number one, the most important reason why our cells break down is because they're malnourished. They're starving. They're not getting the nutrients that they need. So you get yourself on the Mighty 90 Essential Nutrients. That would be in the Healthy Start Pack. Then you start to focus on digestive health, because as long as the digestive system is breaking down, and this is typical, this is the way our bodies fall apart over the course of time, as long as the digestive system is breaking down, you're not going to absorb your nutrients, and toxicity is going to enter into the blood. So you start to patch up the gut. Step number one, the Healthy Start Pack. Step number two, you start to patch up the digestive system. And by the way, if you look closely, you're going to see there's some foods that give you problems, that you have some digestive issues. Nobody has glaucoma without also having digestive issues. So you got to focus on problem foods and eliminate those. A food diary is definitely how you do that. And then you're going to want to use your BioLumin Nightly Essence, 3 capsules, at least 3 capsules a day. But like I was saying earlier, I personally do 6, 3 in the morning, 3 at night. The Fucoid Z, which helps protect the digestive system, and also the Ultimate Enzymes, and perhaps even the Glucogel caps. Swig on a little apple cider vinegar with your Ultimate Enzymes and with your meals. That'll help you digest your food a little bit. And then make sure you're doing lots of liquid nutrition, including, of course, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, which you're going to sip on. Use what I call bone soup, which is basically chicken soup made with the cartilage and made with the bones. Cartilage is extremely helpful for the immune system. That's one of the reasons Dr. Wallach first got my attention back 17 years ago, or 18 years ago now, when I first heard Dead Doctors Don't Lie. He was talking about cartilage. He was talking about the important healing properties of cartilage, and this is something all pharmacists know. We study it in pharmacy school. So using cartilage products can also help. And then please, please, please don't underestimate the importance of blood sugar. Diabetes and glaucoma are linked. So even if you haven't been diagnosed as a diabetic, the chances are pretty good you're not processing sugar correctly. So start to wean yourself off of the fast-burning sugars, in addition to the bread and the pasta and the rice and potatoes and, of course, processed foods. Make sure you're using your sweeties after all your meals, especially if those meals contain anything that breaks down into sugar. Magnesium is also very important for sugar, and you'll get that in the Osteomag, and the BioLumin Nightly Essence can also help you with your sugar. And then last but most certainly not least, you've got to address hypoxia, which is fancy medical talk for low blood oxygen. The way you do that is you sit on the couch and you practice your slow, deep breathing. You guys, do you see how I'm not talking specifically about the eyes? Sir, do you notice how we're not talking specifically about your eyes here? Do you see how we're working? We're talking about the system, the body as a system. The medical model wants you to look at the eyes because then they can have specialists. The only people who care about special disease are specialists. You don't have an eye problem, you have a body problem. It's just showing up in the eyes. This is such good news because it means that we can control our health. We don't need doctors. We don't need pharmacists. We need the Mighty 90 Essential Nutrients. We need to take care of our digestive health by eliminating problem foods and by eating less food. Control your sugar, use sugar metabolizing nutrients, and make sure you're relaxing the body and practicing slow, deep breathing techniques. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You are listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, 888-379-2552, toll free. Don't go away. We've got more good health information and your phone calls right after this break. Okay, we are back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. Got a couple more minutes to speak to you at 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552. I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey and you, whoever is next on the line.
Let's head to California. And Raven, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hola, Raven. What's up?
Hi, Ben. Okay, I have low thyroid. I have systemic edema. I'm 50 pounds overweight. I get menstrual migraines.
Okay, enough. You're breaking my heart. Raven,
yeah,
you're breaking my heart.
cholesterol.
I don't need to hear all that stuff. Your body's slowing down. The thyroid is probably the tip of the iceberg, and everything follows there. But the root of the iceberg, as always, if you guys get nothing out of anything I say, nothing out of my presentations, radio show, this is what you need to get if you get nothing else. Digestion and blood sugar. The thyroid follows a messed up blood sugar system and a messed up digestive system, and because the thyroid regulates the digestive system, that causes more digestive problems, more blood sugar problems, and then more thyroid problems, and you're off to the disease races. My dear, this is simple as working on your blood sugar system and your digestive system. That's all you need to do. You don't need doctors for it. You don't need any medical strategies for this. What you want to do, first and foremost, is you want to start to relax your body with deep breathing techniques. Slow, deep breathing. When the body's under duress over the course of decades and over the course of years, the thyroid will begin to slow down. So you want to relax the body, activate the healing system of the body by sitting on the couch and practicing your slow, deep breathing. Then you need to stabilize your blood sugar with more protein, with the sweeties, with the Healthy Start Pack, which features all the B vitamins that we talked about, vitamin B3 and vitamin B1, super important for sugar control, and also magnesium, which is also important for sugar control, and your omega-3 fatty acids, and omega-6 fatty acids, too, in the Ultimate EFA. So you're going to get on the Healthy Start Pack, you're going to get on the sweeties, you want to use the Biolumin Nightly Essence with your meals. And then last, but definitely not least, just as important as oxygen and just as important as stabilizing the blood sugar, is you got to get to the bottom of your digestive health issues. And just like with our last caller, when he was talking about glaucoma, we don't focus on the glaucoma. It's like when you have a tree, and the tree has got a bunch of rotting leaves on it. What do you focus on? Do you focus on the leaves, or do you focus on the roots, or do you focus on the trunk? If you want to get rid of the rotting leaves, you focus on the cause, which is in the roots and in the trunk, not in the leaves, which represent the symptoms. Everything you told me about there, from your cholesterol problems to your weight problems, whatever, all the other symptoms that you were talking about, those are leaves on the tree. And to try to approach the glaucoma in your eyes, if that's what you're dealing with, or the elevated cholesterol, if that's what you're dealing with, or your weight issues, if that's what you're dealing with, without focusing on the blood sugar system and the digestive system, is the equivalent of trying to fix rotting leaves on a tree without focusing on the roots and the trunk. And you're going to be no more successful at fixing the leaves on the tree by painting your leaves a different color or by spraying something on your leaves than you are. Then you're going to be no more effective at healing your tree, if you will, than you're going to be if you try to treat your cholesterol on its own. You try to treat your cholesterol on its own, then you're stuck in this medical paradigm of poisoning the body to suppress cholesterol. That's how the medical model works. It poisons the body.
Though.
What's that?
My cholesterol's too low.
Your cholesterol's too low. It's a different problem. That's your liver. Your cholesterol's made in the liver, so now you're dealing with a liver problem. So either way, it doesn't really matter. This is my point to you. Cholesterol high, cholesterol low, it doesn't matter. You focus on the blood sugar, and you focus on the digestive system, and you relax the body. See how interesting this is? The same treatment, the same remedy, the same nutritional and non-medical protocol that's involved for low cholesterol is involved for high cholesterol. It's involved for glaucoma. It's involved for diabetes. It's involved for losing your hair. It's involved for everything. You focus on digestive health. You stabilize the blood sugar system. You make sure you're oxygenating and you're relaxing the body. It is as simple as that. And the good news is you don't need any specialists. You don't need any special protocol. You don't need any special wisdom or special knowledge. It is just common sense. The body is a divinely mandated healing system that manifests its healing power every time we do something as little as cut our finger. You break a bone, the bone is stronger at the point of the break. This is the divine way. Our responsibility is to feed the body, prevent toxicity from getting into the system, stabilize the blood sugar, and lighten up and breathe. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. We'll talk to y'all later, folks. Have a wonderful, awesome, beautiful day. We'll talk to you later now. Bye.
Hi everyone, Andy Anderson here. Are you using those handy little bottles of gel that zap germs, bacteria, and other nasties? In today's world, that's smart, especially with all the filthy doorknobs, shopping carts, and handrails we touch every day. Here's what you may not know. Once the alcohol evaporates, goodbye effectiveness. No more protection until you use it again. PureWorks to the rescue. Our FDA-compliant foam, lotion, soap, and spray do not rely on alcohol. Their killing power lasts up to 4 hours. PureWorks disinfecting spray is EPA certified to kill swine flu, bird flu, MRSA, HIV, hepatitis B and C, and a whole host of viruses and bacteria. Mold and fungus too. It's even safe around children and pets. You'll love the soft feel of PureWorks on your hand. It actually conditions and will not dry your skin. Here's a little peace of mind knowing your hands are still germ-free hours later. Get your hands on PureWorks and get PureWorks on your hands. Stand by. Pull out your paper and pencil for your local number to order PureWorks.
Good liver health is vital to your overall health. Did you know the liver is the largest gland in the body? Generating digestive enzymes, converting fat into fuel, controlling metabolism, regulating cholesterol in the blood, and neutralizing toxins and waste products. Decreased liver function can lead to debilitating diseases. Hepal, a proprietary blend exclusive to Prohoba International, can help support healthy liver function. Hepal is a blend of natural organic pollen extracts, including essential enzymes, botanical glutathione, which is considered to be one of the most powerful antioxidants for detoxifying free radicals and exogenous compounds, superoxide dismutase, and aloe vera, formulated to cleanse and support healthy liver function. If you'd like to have healthy liver function, call your local longevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Hey, if you're like me, your life is hectic. You don't know where you're going to be next. Between kids and family and in-laws and work and traffic and everything else that's driving me crazy right now, my life is insane. I bet your life's insane as well. When do we have time to get every single nutrient we need to be healthy? When? Well, I've got a tip for you. Take a product called Pollen Burst. It's so simple, even I can do it. All you have to do is open the package, pour it in water, mix it up, and bam, you're ready to go. It tastes great. It's not one of those medicine tasting things. It tastes great, low in calories, helps curb your appetite, gives you natural energy that doesn't let you crash, gives you your vitamins, minerals, nutrients, everything from the plant world. And I gotta tell you, for a busy person like me or a busy person like you, we need simple, we need good. Pollen Burst is your answer. Tastes great. Try it, and you'll feel better.
Call your local longevity distributor to find out how Pollen Burst can make you feel better. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.